Alright. Hi guys. If you don't know me, I'm Jacob. I am up here today to talk to you guys about Tourette's syndrome. Any of you who have had classes with me, or have noticed, or sat anywhere near me in the NPR, have noticed that I make unusual movements and sounds. I do this because I have Tourette's syndrome, and these movements and sounds are called tics. I cannot control my tics, but I can sometimes hold them in for short periods of time, but it requires a huge effort. Tourette's syndrome is a neurological condition that I was born with. It causes me to have uncontrollable tics that come and go and sometimes change. The most common tics are eye rolling, throat clearing, shoulder shrugs, and sniffing. Many people think that Tourette's syndrome is just shouting out profanities. This is one kind of tic called coprolalia, but it is actually pretty rare. Only about 10 to 15% of people with Tourette's syndrome have coprolalia. So far, there's no cure for Tourette's syndrome. It's not contagious, and sometimes medication can help. Other than being very annoying and exhausting for me, my Tourette's does not affect any other part of my brain. I am just like any other 16-year-old. At this point, this is a point where people really start to freak out. Don't worry, a lot of people have tics. It doesn't mean you have Tourette's syndrome. All right, I need 2 volunteers, so anyone want to?
Miles and Ethan.
Okay, Miles and Ethan, you guys can come up.
Let's go, Brad.
All right. Okay. So, yeah. So, Ethan, you stand right there. And Miles, do you have your phone?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna have you time, okay?
Okay.
So just get your phone out and make it so it's 1 minute.
So put a timer for 1 minute, not a stopwatch?
Yeah, the timer. A stopwatch is okay. All right. So, Ethan, if you cannot blink for 1 minute, I'll give you this nice, crispy $10 bill. All right. All right. Here we go.
Get him out.
So, I'm gonna ask you some questions during this time also.
Oh gosh.
All right. You ready? All right.
Tell me what.
So just say 3, 2, 1, and you can start.
Microphone.
Oh, okay. All right. You guys have to make sure you're blink too. Okay. Ready, Miles?
Yeah. All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3, go. All right, Ethan. What is 7 times 7?
49.
Okay. What is 21 divided by 3?
7.
Okay. Who was the first president of the United States?
George Washington.
Okay. What is 10 times 5? Alright, sadly, you do not get the $10, but you may be seated. Miles, you can go too. Thanks, guys. Okay. Alright. You might be wondering why we just did that. It simulates what it feels like to try not to tic and to try and hold your tics in. You saw how hard it was for Ethan to not blink. It obviously requires a lot of energy and focus. Also, if you try not to blink, your body will eventually take over and you'll blink more than usual. This is very similar to the feeling of holding tics in. You can also see that it was very hard to concentrate on answering my questions. This is often how it feels with people with Tourette's to try and learn in the classroom. The best thing you can do when you are around someone who is ticking, not necessarily like Tourette's syndrome, but just ticking in general, is just to ignore the tics. It really helps. If you ever have any questions, you guys can come and ask me, and that's it. Thanks for listening.